When did you leave house to go to school? This
20
crazy thing.
20.
How old are you? How old are you?
30. Oh, how old was I?
Yes.
27.
What were you doing before then?
When I was.
What have you been doing with your
Which, by the way, I'm going to say this. Ain't nothing wrong with going to college at 27. As long as you get your degree, that's all that matters to me. Just going to throw that in there real fast.
life?
What do you mean?
And-
Going to school.
You just said you went and moved out for school at 27.
Well,
The f are you talking about? And now you're now you're just a
university-
cashier. So like, what are you even doing? So you went to community college for a decade?
no, for 2 years.
Okay, so
I
what
went
were you
back when
doing
I was
from 18 to
24.
25?
Just working.
Doing?
Random cashier jobs, I guess. Because I was like
Okay.
retail, clothes,
So
food.
okay, so 6 years of cashiering.
Yeah.
And you go to school for multiple years.
4.
That is multiple.
Yeah.
This is moving fast. Ain't nothing. Hey, I don't want to be disrespectful, but ain't nothing in those eyes, man. ladies, fellas, ain't nothing in those eyes. Ain't no brain activity. She's probably on the weed. I'm gonna be honest. My advice, by the way, if you're a young person watching this video, or just anyone at any age, stay off the weed. The weed makes you so freaking lazy. Don't do it.
That's not a lot. That's like the
No,
basic.
it's fine, but you went to school.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not criticizing how long you're in school.
Okay.
You cashiered for 6 years. You went to school for 4 years. And now we're a cashier again?
Yes.
The f are we doing with our life?
I want to pay my debt off.
Okay, so
That's
get
why
a
I feel like go
job
to
with your
work.
degree.
But even with my job, with my degree, I feel pays the same. Like even working at schools,
What job would you have?
like be a sub.
Substitute teacher?
Yeah. If I get my credentials.
Your degree was not in substitute teaching.
I know my degree was in Chicano studies and I got a minor in film.
It was
If you didn't catch that, she said Chicano studies and a minor in film. Let me guess, she wanted to be an actress. A Chicana. If you don't know what Chicana is, basically it's the population of Mexicans that lived in California, then had kids who were Americans, but had like it wasn't full on Mexican culture. It's like Chicano culture. Actually, no, Chicano I think is also not just California, Texas, just in the South in general. But basically, it's like an offshoot of Mexican culture that is primarily American, because those Chicanos are not Mexican. It's gonna sound crazy saying this, but they're not Mexican enough to have full-on Mexican culture. So it's Chicano culture. There's a movie called Selena. If you don't know who Selena is, greatest artist to ever live outside of Michael Jackson. JK, but I'm kidding. She's still very, very talented and represents a lot of our people. But in the movie with Jennifer Lopez, there's a saying when the dad's talking to Jennifer Lopez in the car. He says, "It's hard because you have to be more Mexican than the Mexicans and more American than the Americans." Chicano culture technically is like to rebel against that idea. And so that's kind of why she looks the way she looks, unironically. This is what a Chicana looks like nowadays, at least. But back in the day, it was those big hoop earrings that goes, "Nah, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Nah." That's what they used to be like. "Get out of here, fool." Nah. That's what they sound like. Fucking hate Chicano culture. Okay, I'm just gonna bask off. I can't stand Chicano culture.
Get my credentials.
Your degree was not in substitute teaching.
I know my degree was in Chicano studies and I got a minor in film.
It was what?
Chicano studies.
Hold on, I'm real white.
Are you judging me?
No, I'm.
Are you judging me? That's why she sounds like that. Nah, fool, don't be judging me. Sorry.
Hold on, I'm real white.
Are you judging me?
No, I'm white. Very, very white. I am realizing now. So I'm Chicano.
Yes.
Is definitely not chicken. I do know that. Okay, I don't know what Chicano is.
Really? What?
Really? Yes. Stupid. Oh my god, I'm getting triggered. Can't stand my. Okay, I can't stand my own people being dumb. Does that make sense?
I'm from Michigan. I saw one Mexican my entire life until I moved to Texas. Please tell me.
What? You need to go to LA. Chicano, it's a culture. Mexican American.
And you got a degree in that?
Yes.
On purpose?
Kind of. I wanted to connect. Yeah, I wanted to connect to my roots. And
Cool. Go to a seminar, go to a cultural landmark, or read a book, and don't get a degree that is going to determine the careers you're going into right outside of college that you're then going to likely build for the rest of your life, because you're not getting a job in Mexican American studies.
but I could go back to school.
If this isn't the epitome of liberalism in America, let me tell you, if someone gassed her up thinking like, yeah, you're going to get a degree. You're going to get a degree. Oh, yeah. You're going to, oh, don't worry. Yeah. Chicanos, there are going to be tons of jobs. Chicanos. No, fucking idiot. God, I hate this.
So, to be clear,
Yes.
yeah?
Yes.
What are you laughing about?
I'm just laughing.
Why?
Because
Because what?
you're making me laugh.
Why?
Because it's funny.
What's funny?
Cause it's funny. That's what I'm waiting for her to say that. Do that.
That's how I cope.
So to be clear, we go and get a 4-year degree so we can go get a 4-year degree? That's how that works?
Kind of. I think I did that on purpose to make my family.
You went and got a 4-year degree so
happy.
that you could go and get a 4-year degree after that.
Yeah. What's the thought? I don't know yet. My goal after college was to pay my debt off. So I think that's why I'm focused on that.
Which is why we spend more money than we bring in on a monthly basis. What the f*** are you
Yes,
talking
because
about?
I didn't notice. Because I was avoiding it until now.
I'm trying so hard to be respectful. I'm gonna be honest. But the thing about this, like, you guys gotta understand, Chicano culture nowadays means very different things than what it used to be. So, as somebody who has Mexican heritage and has actually lived in Mexico for quite some time, I will say this: there's a saying called "no sabo," which means "don't know" in Spanish, right? And so, a lot of Mexicans will call the Americans, right, these other babies, these Chicanos, no sabos, because unironically, a lot of them don't know Spanish, but they really want to represent hard Mexico. They want to represent Chicano culture hard. They want to really ride or die Mexicans, but they don't even know Spanish. So she probably got a 4 degree in Chicano studies, but probably can't read or read or speak Spanish. I'm gonna be honest. The likelihood of that is extremely high, especially nowadays. So that's where a lot of I guess my judgment is coming from. It's just knowing that's, especially, she uses the example of LA, which I think it is true that there's a lot of Chicanos in LA, but there was also some in Texas. So
No, you've been out of school for 3 years. You said your goal
I know,
after
I've been
school is to pay your
avoiding
debt off.
it.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I mean, like, what are you talking about? That is objectively incorrect. You did not do this for the last 3 years to pay your debt off. That is not your goal. That has not been your goal.
look at all those tattoos. She could have saved a bunch of money and not look like an idiot.
And now we went to school starting late, and that's fine. But you went to school so you could go to school again? Like, that doesn't make any sense. What's this next
It's a
degree we'd be collecting in
thought.
our infinite collection of degrees and
I'm
never
not
doing anything
sure
in life?
yet.
Okay, will it be anything productive, or is it going to be something stupid again?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Should we get
Like-
the Chinese American culture studies?
No. Well, I did ethnic studies in my community college, so I did learn
Oh, great.
other histories.
What a career field.
But I just don't know my next move now from, I guess, my degree.
Maybe something that has job.
But don't worry, guys. She's gonna do TikTok for the rest of her life. You just don't understand it. You're not understanding the vision, guys. Guys. I can't stand this. Look, I'm no better. All right. I went to college for sociology. And to be honest, unironically, I actually did use my degree. And I actually did have, well, I don't want to dox myself, but I did use my degree and got quite a few high paying jobs. So it just depends, like, so what am I trying to say? if you get what would be typically a bullshit degree, you might be able to turn it into something meaningful. That being said, I got my degree in Texas. That degree didn't mean shit down there. So I had to move entirely across the US to Seattle, where that degree meant a little bit more. So, sometimes it's like just because you get a degree doesn't mean it's going to work. But even then, you still have to sacrifice and move somewhere else and then possibly take on more debt just because you're moving. So, like, there's a lot of like you can make it work, but you might have to sacrifice even more, but you have to have a vision in doing that. I don't want to just completely shit on this person, not Caleb, but the other person. But I do want to, obviously provide some positive and more solutions. So that's the solution. If you have a bullshit degree, maybe it's just not in the area that you live in that's going to give you the best opportunities. Hell, some situations you might even get to work overseas, but that's the sacrifice you're going to have to make in maximizing that degree. So it just depends. It really just depends.
Jobs and a
Related to it.
career.
I know.
Like I'm sure
there's
you
a lot of
can
like
go and get a
nonprofits.
doctorate and become a teacher
professor.
of the studies, so we can convince more people to go waste their time on a useless degree.
I mean, it's not useless.
Yes.
I mean, for me, I guess right now.
No, a degree is to get a job. A degree is for a career field.
Yeah.
You can read a book. You can go to museums to get what you were trying to get, cultural enrichment. I'm not opposed to cultural enrichment. You can go without spending the 4 years and the degree that you're going to use on your resume to try to get your first job outside of college.
Yeah.
You can.
And the irony, though, look, hold on. The irony about this cultural enrichment nowadays, I don't know why I'm rewinding. The irony about cultural enrichment in 2025 is that a lot of these people will unironically will not her specifically or Chicanos in general, but like a lot of people in especially younger folk, when they seek cultural enrichment, they don't seek it in the proper channels. They don't go to museums. They don't go to they don't read books. We're finding that out that younger generations of not just Americans, kids in general around the world don't know how to read, which is crazy. But their culture, their version of cultural enrichment is just spamming TikToks. Oh, no, look at me. My people are kings when they never were. So like that's the thing. It's like the irony is just TikTok culture enrichment means nothing nowadays when everyone's just going to resort to social media for it rather than actual education. Like, let me give you an example of cultural enrichment that I love reading and I love learning. One of the things I want people to realize is I'm actively reading all the time. I'm going to show you two books. Maybe let me know in the comments if you want me to share books that I read. I have a message, so sorry. So the books that I'm currently going through right now, obviously, like culture enrichment means a lot of things, right? What to me, cultural enrichment is just opening my mind to newer ideas, new experiences, um, more specifically about the US. So the first book I've been reading, it's called The Crazies. Um, it's about, the cattleman, the wind prospector, and a war out west. It's about, manifest destiny. And then The Emancipation of the Mind. It's a great book. Haven't read this one yet because I'm still finishing this one. But it's kind of talks about how people, again, I haven't read it, but the general idea is how people change their mentality from being pro-slavery to anti-slavery in America. Or, I mean, obviously this is just like an account or their take on it, but it allows me to open my mind to like, well, how did so many Americans suddenly become against slavery? And so it gives you a better idea. I didn't go to college for these. I just went to Barnes and Noble and bought 2 books. Shout outs to Barnes and Noble. They don't pay me for that. But yeah, there's cultural enrichment that can be done properly, but most people will not do it properly.
can read a book instead of going tens of thousands, cultural enrichment into debt.
Yeah.
You can read a book instead of moving out of home. Cultural enrichment is not bad.
Yeah.
Wasting your time, money, and the degree you got on something that is a worthless piece of paper in today's job market, if we're being completely candid, yeah, f you. That is
Some of
worthless.
them, like there's some jobs that are good for that.
Tell.
But I just don't.
Tell. Please.
There's nonprofits. There's.
Yeah, and so what's the job? What's the job?
I don't know. I didn't apply to any of them.
You can't even tell me what the job in the career field is.
Well, there's multiple.
There's nonprofits that I can get in and make videos. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't have skills like that.
No, I'm saying you can get like.
She's actually retarded. That's the hey. But don't worry. She's Chicana. She's independent. She's strong. God, I'm triggered. I'm such a hater.
What the f are you talking about? Oh, what is LA? What is LA? No, I'm saying like I can go name a job that I could go get in a nonprofit. Just because it's a nonprofit doesn't mean your job exists somewhere.
If it's like a Mexican American nonprofit.
Mexican American nonprofit
Latino.
doing what? What's your job?
I don't know. I only know the job that I have personally.
Which does not require a degree, and definitely not that degree.
Yeah, it's true.
So you're wasting your life. You have nothing going for you, and you've done nothing, and you're 30.
That's not true.
You're right. You haven't done nothing. You've accumulated $46,220.
Hey, poggers. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That's an old word for those that know. But yeah, I mean, honestly, $46,000 in debt is not bad. I'm going to be honest. My non-Americans, I know it sounds... Okay, I need to slow down. First of all, for my Americans watching, believe it or not, $46,000 is a lot in other countries. Because they don't have... Our currency one means a lot more, but also... their standard of living is a lot cheaper, which means it's good. That means that they can afford to live with less. Now, for my non-American people, this isn't that bad of debt. There's people that have gone to college for $120,000, $200,000, $300,000. There's some crazy ass numbers. Now, that being said, the debts that are really high when it comes to degrees and stuff, usually they're like for jobs that require that you be in school for a long ass time, usually like a doctor or a lawyer. So the job that you're going to get right after, you're going to pay that off pretty quickly. So it's just like they just make it, I don't know why they make it so expensive to begin with, but I guess it's probably because they don't want so many doctors and lawyers out there. But this isn't that bad. This is actually fairly manageable. Granted, she got this when she was like 30, so this isn't very good. This is kind of late in the game. She got it late in her life. So that also isn't great, but this isn't bad, but the factors or everything around it is what's making this horrible. So I want people to be very clear on what's going on here. This isn't necessarily awful, but she has no real job. She's probably retarded. She's Chicana, what's up, fool, right? She doesn't know what she's doing, and she's 30. Nothing wrong with being 30, but if you take on this amount of debt and you have nothing going on beforehand, it's a bad recipe.
So 4 cents a debt.
But that's not a lot. Like other people.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I haven't seen this video, but I thought it was just so funny that she mentions that as an excuse when I was saying like it's actually even worse that she has that and nothing going on. Like it would be better if you, let's say, it's the equivalent of having, it's just like regardless of what the debt is, if it's a lot of debt and you have nothing going on to pay it, it just doesn't matter. Does that make sense? How little or how high?
Well, like other people?
Yes.
Doesn't matter. I'm so
I just
over
messed
this.
up. That's why I'm here.
For a long time. That's what, oh my gosh, you're hitting every catchphrase. What?
I messed up.
You laughing
Okay?
at?
I did. I was uneducated how I took out the loans, the subsidized loans. I didn't know I can press buttons off, and then I got it.
Student loans is 8,000 of this. Like
I know, but
She's actually retarded. I'm sorry. She's actually stupid. Her brain does not work.
There's
go die.
three.
Like that's that your student loans are not what the this conversation is about.
What?
What? I said this student loans are not what this conversation is about, lady.
Okay. Then what is it about?
The rest.
Which is what?
And you having done nothing productive with your life.
What do you mean I have? I work. That's productive.
Listen, and we need service-based jobs. Don't get me wrong, but you went and spent your time and money on a degree that you aren't even considering using because you don't even know what a job with that degree would be. You can't name one job.
But AK is
You
not
can't
bad.
name one job.
But AK is not bad for a UCLA degree.
Oh, UCLA. Hey, if anybody ever comes to you with a UCLA degree, just assume they probably don't know how to read. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. Just remember, if it's USC, right? USC, right? Or UCLA, just assume they don't know how to read.
Sure, okay.
I think we should talk about the other stuff.
Your debt would be better if it was majority student loans. However,
What?
30.
She's actually retarded. So the thing is that 8,000 that you're seeing up here on the screen would be government subsidized loans. So the interest rate would be dramatically lower and they're much more flexible on paying it back. So her $46,000, if it was this would actually be amazing for her. But because she's so stupid, but don't worry, she's Chicana, she gets to still. So like she has the worst combination of loans that you can have on top of not having anything going on. God. And these are the people that vote. And then like, this is the type of person, not her specifically, I don't know if she would, but these are the type of people that would riot because of the immigration and deportations in LA, but are like this mentally stupid. And so it's like, it's their right to do so. Well, actually, it's not their right. They're breaking the law. But like, it's like, how are you supposed to take these people serious when these are the people that are trying to tell you you're the one that evil, you're the one. And I know it's a separate tangent, but as somebody who's connected to Mexican culture and knows what Chicanos are like and all this stuff, it's like they always think they're greater than thou, but they're also some of the dumbest people on the planet, respectfully.
Why?
Because student loans are typically lower interest when they're federal
Yes.
Okay, that's
loans.
fair.
When they're federal loans, there are more ways out of them.
Yes, that's what. Oh, that's even better. The way he phrased it, more ways out of him. So what does he mean by that? I don't know if he's going to mention this, but I can't believe I didn't mention this. But basically, the ways that you can get out of student loans is like work as a teacher for a certain amount of years, work in nonprofit for a certain amount of years, serve in the military for like 3 years. Like there's so many ways to just get them out, to get your loans forgiven. You still have to pay the taxes on them, so don't think you're free. But I'd rather pay the taxes on $40,000 than pay the $40,000 and the taxes. So there's that. But there's just so many things you can like physically do that it doesn't really take that long to do. So like at most, like if you're teaching, I think it's like 10 years. But if you're going to be a teacher anyway, you still want to do about 10 years. So it just helps you. I think nonprofits like 5 years, military, I think it's just like one contract, which is 3 years or 6 years. So there's so many ways to get out of it. So that's why a lot of people unironically like, oh, I'm drowning in debt. It's like, there's actually a lot of tools to help you get out of it. It's just a matter of nobody wants to be inconvenienced enough or never doesn't want to make enough of a sacrifice to actually address the issue. They just want it to disappear. So I do want to be fair here. And this is one of the things about America. People are like, oh, crippling debt. It's like, yes, there is crippling debt. People have bad luck. People have medical bills, all this, yada, yada, yada. But there is solutions to things that people just are too lazy to do.
Except bankruptcy, but there are more ways to potentially get them forgiven. If you went to a scam institution, you can put them on pause, income driven. You know, if you get laid
Yeah.
off, there's lots of help.
Yeah.
Not with the Nordstrom card.
Wait, what? She paid for college with the Nordstrom card. This lady is actually, don't worry, guys. She's Chicana. Nah.
So yes, I wish they were mostly student loans. And yes, $48,000 of debt is bad. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not that bad. I'm not gonna let you walk away with that 46,000. How can you please define how that's that bad?
Well, it's payable. I don't need to file for bankruptcy.
What?
I could probably try and pay it off in like 3 years.
Tell me your strategy. What are you getting to do there?
Not buy stuff, not spend money on buying things like clothes. I'm a girl, I like fashion.
That's your strategy?
Yes.
Is I just don't buy clothes.
Yes. Or tattoos.
Yeah, you have some tattoos.
Yeah.
Could probably stop.
They're expensive. Don't you spend money on clothes?
Here and there, but also I can't afford it. It's in my budget. I don't have bad debt to pay off. I don't know what you're complaining about. How much?
So if she has it on the Nordstrom card, that means the interest rate is probably stupid, like awful. This lady's cooked. This lady's cooked.
For those glasses?
300.
So what are you doing then? Because you haven't done a single thing. Yeah.
You don't think so?
To pay off debt, you haven't done anything. You know,
I mean,
coming
I've
on the
been
show doesn't
paying
count.
them on time.
Well, we will actually see about that because most people say that and then they don't.
I do pay mine on time.
I hope so. We will find
But
out.
it feels like I'm not even paying it because the interest rate's high.
Oh my god, dude. How did people like this exist on this planet? They shouldn't be allowed to vote. I'm sorry, bro. This is bad.
From the Nordstrom's card and the other card.
Since you're such an expert and you spent all the time and all the money on the Chicano degree, I've brought in my local half Mexican and equal tattoo degenerate, Brandon. Welcome, Brandon.
Thank God Brandon is here to save the day. He got that Spanish in him. Look, she's smiling, she's cheesing because she knows he got money and she don't.
Everybody, you know him from Hammer Elite. He has a quiz for you, and we want to see if you're actually an expert in Chicano.
With the last name Cavazos, I do feel like I'm able to give this test out appropriately. First question.
Which, by the way, have you noticed? Okay, I want to point this out. So there is. I want to point this out for people watching, and if you made this far in the video, notice how we don't all have accents. It's very consistent that a lot of us don't even have any remnants of an accent. Now, I do certain words. I do have an accent. Not that I'm like actively hiding it. Like I'm not trying to hide it. I just don't have one for the most part. But there's certain words that I say, and it's like, dang, why did I say it like that? That's crazy. But I just want to point out that Hispanics and Latinos don't know. A lot of us may not have accents, especially Americans.
Who was the leader of the United Farm Workers and a central figure in the Chicano labor movement?
Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez?
That's correct.
She says Caesar, but it's Cesar.
Ding, 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 ding,
Number
ding.
That's an easy one. You got to know that one.
2. What was the name of the 1969 plan called for Chicano self-determination and cultural pride?
She's looking right at this. Look, she's cheating.
Wait, what?
She's cheating. Look, she's looking right at that paper.
Nation and cultural pride.
That's how she got through college, just looking at it. You see that?
Wait, what was the question again?
You got the degree, not me, bro.
Come on.
What was the name of the 1969 plan that called for Chicano self-determination and cultural pride?
Is it the Zoot Zoots?
You're wrong. You're wrong. We'll get there later. What?
I'm not gonna name it because I don't remember. You know what? I could take a guess. I think it's the plan. There was, you know what? I'm not even gonna guess. There's a couple plans.
1972 novel by Rodolfo Anaya is considered a foundational text in Chicano literature.
Is it what was it? Who is it?
Rodolfo Anaya is considered a foundational text in Chicano literature.
Oh fuck! I think I own this book. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to buy it for fucking class. Okay, so I gotta be honest. I did take some Chicano classes in Texas, but it was not my degree. Okay, but I did take some because they were easy credits. I'm pretty sure I have this book because I was required to buy it.
Oh, you're so bad
Latinos in the U.S.
at this. Why? You're never gonna get a job in this. You don't even know what job exists in this.
I low-key want to run downstairs and check my bookcase and see if I have the Chicano book. Oh, man, I do. I want so bad.
Come on,
Pass.
this is pure Chicano. Okay, 1 out of 3 so
Been
far.
3 years.
What is the most popular lowrider car?
Impala.
Popular lowrider car.
Yep.
I feel like there's many.
Most
Impala.
popular.
The Impala.
Oh,
Yeah.
Correct.
Chiquino, comeback. A Chiquino comeback, they call it. Usually, Chiquinos have come on
I
their
should buy
back,
an
but
Impala.
True.
What year was the chalupa invented?
The chalupas.
Mm-hmm.
1998.
Nope.
You're wrong once again.
What was it?
and 1 year later, very close.
Very
actually.
close. That degree's almost going for nothing. And what beloved Chicano actor is known for his love of tacos and donuts?
Chicano actor that loves
Mm-hmm.
donuts and tacos.
tacos.
Is it Danny Trejo?
It is.
That's easy because he's in L.A. Danny Trejo is the guy that plays Machete.
It is.
He also owns a Mexican taco shop. Well, I wouldn't say Mexican. It's an L.A. taco shop and L.A. donut shop.
Look at that.
Okay.
You got a 30 in college.
Is that 50 out of 50?
All right, they don't teach math in
Not a
Chicano.
math major.
All right,
No.
everyone say bye to Brandon.
Bye.
Bye.
She missed a lot of the
Okay,
important ones.
You're kind of a Chicano. You're like 60% of the way there. Proud of you.
That's actually embarrassing, though. But again, my degree isn't in Chicano studies, so I wouldn't know. But let me know what you think in the comments. Should we talk about more Hispanic and Latino shit, or should we talk about more finance stuff? I like talking about finance. I think it's important, and I think it's helps us feel that holistic picture of who we are. Anyway, love you guys. Check out the next one. Bye-bye. This video is brought to you, actually, by viewers like you. Thank you so much for subscribing and being part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Let's create new memories this 2025 on our road to 1 million subscribers. And with all that jazz out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much. I love y'all and enjoy the video.